Alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa mawalah. This is Q&A session, inshallah. So we'll start with the questions from the paper, basically, Jazakallah khairan. And then we'll go to the panel as well, and the people who are asking directly from the microphone. Go away, Ahmed, for the question.
An elderly woman, she is asking about having a bone marrow transplant. She has cancer, and if she does have this, it will make her very ill, and there's a risk she could die. And she's asking, what should she do as in this situation to have proper tawakkul? What does she do?
Well, she should depend upon the advice of the doctors. If the doctors told her that this is basically her life will be better, then she should go ahead and do that transplant. If that chance is not going to be good and there is a danger in her life, then she should really waive it out, because we don't want to put her more danger than what she is. So the doctors are the best people to determine that, inshallah. Right, I would like now for you to fire some of those questions, and I will list them here, and I will answer them every 5 questions like we did yesterday, because we have moved a lot. Right, so anybody from Aylesbury here at the moment? Can you ask Ahmed?
Oh, yeah, Sheikh. No raised hands.
No raised hands. Fadali Ahmed, give me another question.
Can Sheikh recommend any good supplication books by Imam Al-Albani rahimahullah?
Nah, that's a good question.
A sister who's possessed by a jinn, she's scared to fast. What should she do?
No. Yes.
Someone said that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam never raised his hands in supplication after the obligatory prayers. Is this true or is this false?
No.
When is the best time to make supplication on Jumu'ah?
No.
Is it permissible to make supplication upon the souls of Prophet Muhammad? Sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Souls or soul?
He put souls, but I think he means soul.
Yeah. No. Right, we'll just go with the 5 questions here. I will remind the people from Aylesbury, please raise up your hands. Is there any book of Sheikh Al-Albani that I recommend? For the Sheikh Al-Albani himself, there is no book, but there is the booklets of Sheikh Al-Albani had made checking upon them, like Sahih Al-Kalim Al-Tayyib. Okay, Sahih Al-Kalim Al-Tayyib is for Ibn Al-Qayyim, which Sheikh Al-Albani had checked, and it's very good. And also there is embedded in some of the books of the Sheikh, some of those 2 du'as, but it's not really a booklet of du'a. Like, for example, in the Kitab Sifat Salat al-Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, there is du'as there. What you say in the tashahhud, what you say in the ruku', what you say in the sujood, there is du'as there as well. But in the booklet is Sahih al-Kalim al-Tayyib, inshallah, the best one. Sister, she is possessed by jinn, and she is afraid to fast. Now, here she fears for what? Now, if she's possessed, she is ill. And if she is ill, now, okay, the possession is of 2 parts. Full possession, she doesn't know what she's doing. There's no fast on her. There's not even prayer on her. So this is where, at the time of the Prophet and the companions called Uthman, he couldn't do the prayer because of the jinn. So this person does not pray because of the jinn. It's understandable, because he overcomes the mind totally. So the same thing with the fast. But if the jinn comes in and comes out, and while you are in the Ramadan, for example, you are alhamdulillah feeding, you're okay. And this is one of the things that would say to us, the jinn is not all of them are being tied up, because we find possessed people still possessed during Ramadan. So we said the shayateen are the ones being locked up, and the powerful marad, jinns. So the normal jinns are not locked up. So if she is in the Ramadan able to control her mind and everything, alhamdulillah, and to do the fast, and she does the fast. If she can't, okay, because this is a long-term illness, she pays the fidya. Possession is a long-term illness. So she either fasts or she does not fast. No. Or makes up for the fidya. Person, he thinks that the Prophet never raised up his hands after the faridah, the obligatory prayer. Yes, it was not being narrated to us that the Prophet ﷺ had, okay, raised up his hands after the faridah. But is it allowed to do so? Doing it like regularly, no doubt this is a bid'ah. But doing it as in terms of, let's say after the faridah, you remember there is something that you need to make dua for, yes. And you raise up your hands. But it's not straight away after the salam alaikum like the people they do. No, you do your adhkar. After the adhkar, you remember there is an exam now coming up. So you want to make a, basically a dua for that. The people who raise up their hands after the prayer, they don't really do dua. They just do something that, we call it in Arabic cliche, something that is slogan. They always repeat it. They don't know what they're saying. And they look at the imam and they wait for him to raise up his hands. And they say, And sometimes the imam is mumbling. I don't know what he's talking about. And the people say, mumbling. All of it is mumbling. This is not dua, ya akhwana. This is not dua. Allah al-Musta'an. Okay, dua Yawm al-Jumu'ah, supplication on the Friday. When is the best? The scholars differed which hour is the best. Some of them, they said when the imam goes to the pulpit, which is far off, because we have the hadith. Prophet he said in Sunan al-Nasai, al-Jumu'ah 12 sa'a, the Jumu'ah is 12 hours. And in it, there is 1 hour. So the day of the Jumu'ah is 12 hours. In it, 1 hour, if one person happens to be calling upon Allah Azza wa Jal, Allah will fulfill it as long as it is not called for haram, impermissible. Seek that hour. This is the hadith. Seek that hour in the last hour before sunset. Last hour. That's it. Fifth one, saying salutation upon the ruh. Salatu ala ruh. In the soul of it. He passed salutation upon the Prophet. Why the ruh, the soul? So why not the body? We said that. But if you believe that the body is alive, no, the body is dead. The ruh is, all ruhs are with Allah Azza wa Jal, all of them. Believers and disbelievers, all of them. Okay, but they're experiencing a punishment. But you see, what is life? Life is the connection between the ruh and the body. Death is the disconnection between the ruh and the body. That's the death. So the body goes to the ground where the worms will eat it. And the ruh will be experiencing whether it is good, that is, will be prosperity, delight, or bad, that will be punishment. Now, anybody from Aylesbury?
Yes, we go to Abu Tayyib and then we go to Majid from Aylesbury.
No.
Assalamu alaikum. I have a question from my son this morning. He asked, in the Fajr, he said a little bit of vomit came up in the prayer and he pushed it back, swallowed it back. Does it break his prayer or does it break his fast?
No, it does not break his fast. If any person had came out and he swallowed it, there's no problem. Is if it came out outside his mouth and he took it, okay? So this vomit, we call it the vomit that you've been overwhelmed with it. He did not make deliberately the vomit. The one who does make deliberately the vomit and he pushes himself, he had broken his fast. But if the vomit overcomes you and some of that food, came inside you, or if you didn't spit it out, it does not break your fast, inshallah. Now, normally the case, the people will not swallow the vomit which came out, but it does happen sometimes, and that's normal. Now,
Majid, please go ahead from Aylesbury.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Can we lower the hands of the person who had asked the question? Maybe he want to ask again. Now.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh. I just wanted to ask, what is the time, estimate time for Qiyamul Layl from, I just want to know that at the time of Prophet ﷺ, what was the time? Because obviously Prophet used to sleep and then wake up and then do the Fajr. So just want to understand what would be that time, what would be the hour?
I can't tell you because the hour changes. It's the last third of the night. I cannot tell you. For example, at the moment, let's say I'll tell you 3 o'clock. Okay. Well, in about 2 or 4 days, it's going to be 3 o'clock Fajr. So I can't tell you what time, but the last third of the night. So between Maghrib and between Fajr, divide that time to 3 zones. The third zone is the last third of the night. So what time is Maghrib now?
8:30. 8:30. Yeah.
Doesn't matter how quick. It's 8:30. Okay. 8:30. What time is Fajr now? 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
Okay, from 8:30 to 4 o'clock, how much is that? That's 7.5 hours. 7.5 hours. Divide that into 3 zones. 3 seconds. Divide by 3. Okay, so that's about 2 hours and something. Okay, so let's say 2.5 hours. So the last 2.5 hours before dawn, that's your third last Saturday night.
Okay, Jazakallah khair. I was asking also with there is a hadith when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala descend to the last heaven. I was also wanted to find out. That's why that's why I was asking the question of how to find that hour specifically. Then when, or is there any reference?
You got the answer, my dear brother.
Okay.
Let's just go give it back to other people. Jazakallah khair. Barakallah. Fikal.
Okay, his sister is asking that if she asks her husband for divorce and her husband agrees,
Is that Ramadan, ya Sheikh? Is that Ramadan?
Not
Priority
in
goes to
the
Ramadan.
previous questions.
Ramadan, ya Habibi.
Okay, we've got in the chat, Abu Asiya is asking, when you are tired,
Every or Ramadan. Yalla. No.
when you are tired, should you always strive to perform the 11 rak'ah for tahajjud, or can you do?
No, you don't have to do anything. You just do 1 rak'ah. It's tahajjud. It's voluntary. It is supererogatory. It is not compulsory. See, the people doing Ramadan tahajjud because they want, to train themselves in order to get Laylatul Qadr, inshallah, the last 10 nights. That's what it is. But it doesn't mean that you have to do 11 rak'ah every night. No. But the more you do, the more rak'ah until the 11, the best it is. The better, the more rewardable you are. And you are a person, if you thought of rewards as money, would you leave that opportunity not to gain more money? No. Fadal. Following question.
This brother has done marital relations with his wife in Ramadan, and he wants to know what he has to do.
There's no slave to free, then you have to fast 60 days, 2 months consecutively. Consecutively means and you don't break any day in between. But if you had a genuine cause, like you were ill, no problem. If you were traveling for the sake of traveling, not because you want to break the fast, because there's a journey, very important, then you have the concession. But other than that, if you broke your fast like that, then I can't dare to say to you to start from the beginning. That's our Sheikh Al-Albani said. There's no proof to start from the beginning. But you haven't done it properly, you'll be sinned. Some scholars said you have to start from the beginning. But there's no proof for that. So fasting 60 days consecutively. And if you can't do that, then you go to the last one, which is feeding 60 poor people. Now,
this person has not fasted Ramadan in the past and they didn't have a legitimate excuse. They're asking, do they need to make up those days and do they need to pay the fidya as well on top of that?
They didn't fast in the previous days. I don't know why. What is the reason?
I think in Jahiliyyah they didn't know, and they're saying
in Jahiliyyah, if you embrace Islam or you have been in Jahiliyyah and you make Tawbah, you don't have to make up for any fast. You just fast in Ramadan and do voluntary fast. So after Ramadan is finished, you do 6 days of Shawwal, you do the first day, you do 3 days every month. Khalas, inshallah, Allah will compensate your missed obligatory. Can I just go to even it's not Aylesbury, go to the people. Because people get bored now.
Do you have an on-topic question, guys?
Anybody got topic questions, please? Ramadan.
In terms of breaking your fast, what is the sunnah? And also, is it disliked to eat?
One question. Don't be cheeky.
Okay.
What's the question again?
So what is the sunnah of breaking the fast? So do we eat until we're full, or do we just have a date and then pray on Salat al-Maghrib?
The sunnah is to break your fast with the dates. Do the obligatory and your sunnah prayer and come back and eat and finish. That's the sunnah, because you want to hit the sunnah in 2 ways. Hasten the breaking of the fast and hastening the prayer of the Maghrib. Because that's the Prophet said. Do not delay it. Both of them. Now, following question after him.
Abu Muhammad.
We said everybody, can you just make sure that everybody, 1 question, please. No 2 questions. 1 question. You have to go back to the queue. Now.
Sheikh. Can you
hear me?
We could hear you. Yalla.
We want to know if someone turns the light off for the Taraweeh and uses lantern lights instead, is that recommended if it feels more comfortable in the atmosphere?
As long as it's not, he thinks there's a Sufism in it. No problem. No problem, inshallah.
Okay.
Now, following question.
Fazal Ibrahim.
Allah give you relief with the situation back home in Jordan.
Jazakallah khairan for that.
Yes, Sheikh. Sheikh, this is a situation. This question is on a situation here in Orlando, Florida. A few years ago, one of the Salafi masajid has disallowed allowing iftar in the masjid, and they said it was a fatwa of Sheikh Fawzan, where he said this was not the practice of the companions. The companions, he said, the Sheikh, is that they used to eat the dates, drink the water, and go back to their house and eat their dinner. So as a result, this Salafi masjid here in Orlando has disallowed iftar in the masjid except for dates and water. So is iftar allowed in the masjid?
I don't think a scholar, even Sheikh Fawzan, he didn't say it's not allowed to eat in the masjid. He's Sheikh Fawzan talking about the sunnah. Okay? The sunnah is to be in your house, breaking your fast. Okay? But this person, he's making an invitation. So I'm going to pray. An invitation is whether the place is in masjid or the place. So the invitation in the masjid, no problem. No scholars. I have seen scholars coming to us and we made our iftar in the masjid. Sheikh Al-Albani, Sheikh. So no scholar would say it's not allowed. So we say as well, do not deprive your family from yourself. Because some of the people, you're all the time on invitations. He never have iftar with his family. Subhanallah. Okay, you have to start with families and watch them and teach them and what to say. That ذهب الظمأ تلا العروق ثبت الأجر إن شاء الله. نعم. جزاك الله خيرا يا Faisal for this question. نعم.
When does the actual fast begin? Start of the adhan or at the end of the adhan? As we all break our fast as soon as we hear the adhan, then why do we wait until the end of the adhan to start our fast?
When do we break our fast? At the beginning of the adhan or the end of the adhan?
Yes, Shaykhi.
Yeah, that's the question, just like that. But I don't understand the second part. Is the second part
I'm not sure either. He's saying, why do we wait until the end of the adhan to start our fast? He's saying.
To start our fast. The end of the
I don't
adhan.
understand.
It doesn't make sense. No, we start breaking the fast as soon as we hear which is Allahu Akbar all the time. And also, we stop our food, we say, Allahu Akbar. Who said that we had to wait until the end of the adhan? Nobody said that. I think he's misunderstanding maybe the way that we are, if you are holding your cup or you're eating your food and the adhan is being called for sahur, which is the adhan al-fajr. That's Akhi brother, this is the person Allah had given us a concession, not to the end of the adhan. No, you keep eating until you finish what you've got, even the adhan is finished. Okay, so it's both times is on time. So if the mu'adhan slept, well, I'm going to wait for Allahu Akbar, he slept. So I'm going to go by the time. And then I stop by the time. Something to do with the end of the adhan or the beginning of the adhan. Wallahu ta'ala a'lam. Okay, let's give me some questions quickly because it will be more quicker, ya Ahmad.
Sister is asking if she wants a divorce from her husband and he only agreed to it because he's fed up of her asking her. They want to know, is that a talaq or is that khula'?
Okay, now.
After finishing reciting the entire Quran, what sort of dua should be made?
Wait, in the salah or just normal?
No, I think they're just talking about khatam of the Quran.
Yeah, third question.
When is doing dua in congregation allowed? Because some of their family is doing it, and when people die.
Naam.
They're asking, is it permissible to pray Salatul Tasbih?
Naam.
When going and coming from sujood, should one clench his fist or spread out his fingers and support himself with his palm? How should the hands be? I think this was asked recently.
When he goes back to sujood or coming out from the sujood?
He's coming back up from sujood, Sheikh. How should his hands be?
Okay, very simple question here. You could add as one more question, please.
Okay. Can Sheikh mention some Salafi Egyptian scholars or students of knowledge for us to benefit in Egypt?
Okay, and?
During Ramadan, are you allowed to read Quran in English?
Okay, Jazakallah khairan. We'll just answer this and then go to the people. Right. Sister, she's asked her husband so many times, give me divorce, give me divorce. So he got fed up of it. And he gave a divorce. Is this considered divorce? No, this is khula'. Because she's asking for that. She's asked for that, it's called khula'. Okay, so it's not divorce. But khula' is a divorce, but is actually with the request of the husband. What is the difference? The difference is that as soon as he gives a divorce, she's a stranger. She has to live somewhere else. Or he has to live somewhere else. It depends on whose house belong to. Separation. 1 month of iddah. Second difference. So the first difference, separation. Second difference, month iddah. Whereas the other one, if you divorce, are revocable, 3 months, 3 menses. This one is 1 month, 1 cycle, or 1 month, just to make sure that she's not pregnant. But even in that month, she's a stranger. Third difference is that does not count from the divorce. You could make unlimited khulu', but the divorce is 3 times. After that, she can't go back to him until she marries somebody else. Second question, what is the supplication after the Khatm Quran? There is no such thing as called specific supplication for finishing the Quran. But when we had Anas radiallahu anhu, when he used to finish the Quran, he could collect his family, and his family is big, huge. Okay, remember he said, I have buried with my own hand 120 of my sons. Yes, with his own hands, he buried more than 120 of his sons. That means his sons and his grandsons, because he lived 120 years because of the barakah of the dua of the Prophet ﷺ. Oh Lord, increase his lifespan and increase his money as well. He was wealthy, and he was so old that he said to himself, I'm shy that I'm old I am. It's like he's wishing for to die. I'm shy I'm really too old, I'm not dying, because of the barakah of the dua of the Prophet ﷺ. So there's no specific dua for that. Number 3, is there any supplication in congregation? Because some people, they do it when the person is dead. No, there's no such thing as called, unless you're teaching people. Okay, even when you make the Hajj, it's not together. Each one is different, but it's synchronized sometimes. Labbaik Allahumma labbaik. Okay, when we say, for example, in a person who's admonishing to the deceased after he's dead, you keep in tadhkirah, and he said, "Oh Lord, forgive for him," and people said, "Ameen." That's not congregational dua. The congregational dua, he said, "Allahumma ighfir lana." They say, "Allahumma ighfir lana," together. That's teaching purposes, yes. Tasbih, salat tasbih. Tasbih is you could make it once in a life, once every year, or once every month, or once every week, or once every day. Okay? And this is not to be specified for a particular time, or a particular month, or a particular way of doing it. Not to be prayed jama'ah, not to be specified to the 27th of Ramadan. Okay? And to be prayed at any time, whether it is in the evenings or the days, as long as it's not in the prohibited times. It consists of 4 rak'ah. These 4 rak'ah contains 300 tasbihah. 300 tasbihah in totality, in its entirety. Okay? So each rak'ah contains 75 tasbihah. So when you recite the Quran, the beginning, Fatiha, Allahu Akbar, then Fatiha, and the recitation of the Qira'ah, then 15 tasbihah. Subhanallah, alhamdulillah, la ilaha illallah, Akbar. Subhanallah, alhamdulillah, la ilaha illallah, Akbar. 15 times. And these are the best of words. The Prophet said, أربع كلمات لا يضرك بأيهن ابتدأ. 4 words. Subhanallah, alhamdulillah, la ilaha illallah, Akbar. It doesn't harm you which word you started with. Subhanallah, or alhamdulillah, or la ilaha illallah, Allah Akbar, doesn't matter which one you start with. Then when you make Allah Akbar to ruku', Subhanallah Rabbil Azim, Subhanallah Rabbil Azim, as well, so you make 15. And Sami Allah liman hamid 15. And then you go, and then you make, the total is 75. One of them you make it between the 2 sajda 10 times. So if you count, I think it's 15, 10, 10, 10, 10, you make it 75 times. 75 tasbihah. 4 multiplied by 75 is 300 tasbihah. Sujood, how do you go up from the sujood? You use the, like, kneading the dough. Kneading the dough, like that. You could do like this as well. Okay, that's how you go up. And you push your knees up, and then your hands goes up. So your knees up after you put this to support yourself. You push your knees up, then your hands goes up after that. Salafi sheikhs in Egypt, there are plenty, sheikh, mashallah. Okay, there are plenty. These great scholars, and these are small scholars. And they're scholars who are good in something, and they're not really good in something. Some scholars are really, they've got something there that we should really let it go on. But in general, so if I said, in general, those shuyukh who are calling for قال الله قال رسوله قال الصحابة, Salaf said, then they are Salafis. There's even some of the mahattat, they say, you know, I can't just, because if I say somebody, you know, I've been targeted now, or you said this person, but he's dodgy, you know that. So, you know, these, because there's some people say, oh, look, he says about Salafi, but this guy is not pure Salafi, that means khalas, X plus Y is equal Z, that Abu Suhaib is outside Salafi. So that's why I don't want to, I'm going to be careful mentioning the names. Okay. Allah al-Musta'an. So, alhamdulillah, there's plenty of their Salafiyah, okay? But not every person who says them Salafi, you have to know that as well. طيب. If this question to be asked in private, I might give more information. But as I said, I cannot pinpoint somebody like that. A long time ago, I'm going to mention this name now. My shuyukh, and they told me as well, they said, yeah, Usama al-Qusi. Now Usama al-Qusi, do you know what he is? Usama al-Qusi, Allahumma ya muthabbit al-qulub, thabbit qulubana ala dinik. Allahumma ya musarrif al-qulub, sarrif qulubana ala dinik. Make us to die upon the deen, ya akhwani. This man used to come to this country as well with the beard and all of that. Allahumma la shamata. I'm not really gloating his sort of corruption here, but now almost no beard. And now he's with the Christians. He's not a Christian, but Allahumma musta'an, from being a Salafi. So that's why the scholar, they said, like Abdullah ibn Mas'ud and Azal, the others, they said, if you want to follow somebody who's dead. Don't follow somebody who's alive. Because the dead is dead. He's not going to go in fitna. He's not going to change his religion. He's dead already. Sheikh Al-Albani is dead. So we're not really going to be fearing that maybe he's going to keep away from the haqq. But if somebody's alive, Allahu A'lam is going to end up. طيب. قراءة القرآن, recite the Quran in English. Yani, you start in the meaning of it, not the Quran itself. So if you can't read the Arabic, well, you have an option, you just want to read English. You try to read, but there's no way we could say to you that you are worshipping Allah when you recite in the Quran in English. Can't. So when we say Alif Lam Mim, ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ مثلا, this is the book where there is no doubt in it. When I said this is the book, this is the translation. I'm not going to get 10 hasana for the T of the the and the H and the E. I'm not going to get that. Only when I say ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ, I will get for the Dhal 10 hasana, Lam 10 hasana, the Kaf 10 hasana. So no harm, inshallah, if you don't know. Wallahu ta'ala a'lam. Go to the people, please.
Go ahead, Akhi Muhammad.
Barakallahu feek, Sheikh. What is the ruling regarding accepting dua by someone who adds to the end with the blessings of the month of Ramadan, or they say with the blessings of Prophet Muhammad?
A person, again, that Sheikh Muhammad, I didn't understand that. Somebody.
So for example, someone like an elder makes dua for you, and they add at the end of the dua with the blessings of the goodness of the month of Ramadan, or they may add onto it as well with the blessings of the Prophet Muhammad.
Give me a wording, please, because I don't understand that.
For example, may Allah accept your Ramadan, may Allah accept your goodness.
That's no problem. May Allah accept your Ramadan and accept your goodness. What is that one with the Prophet? That's why a link. I don't know what's a link here.
So they will add with the blessings of the month of Ramadan. So they will say the easiest translation in English from my language is the word barakah. So with the barakah of Ramadan, or with the barakah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, may the good that you've done be accepted, for example. Or
so with the barakah of Ramadan, may Allah. So he's asking, the barakah. I mean, you see these little words, because these people are awam. You're talking about awam. Awam means general masses, layman. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Layman. You can't you treat them with word for word. They don't know what they don't mean what they're saying. So you have to be careful on that issue. Why Salafis were really sometimes harsh on this issue. Oh, haram, bid'ah. Because these people don't know what they're saying. Just take them by the. So there is barakah for the month. There is barakah for the people. Abu Bakr had a barakah. ما هذه أول بركتكم يا آل أبي بكر. This is not the first barakah that we had from you or family of Abu Bakr when Allah sent down the ayat, the verses regarding tayammum. Because of the barakah of Aisha radiallahu anha Abu Bakr, because she lost her necklace. The barakah. The month has got a barakah. Yes, the time has got barakah. But to say by the barakah, may Allah accept your deeds, No, this is because you're making like an oath by other than Allah. Okay? So, you say by Allah, may Allah accept your, but by the barakah, I mean, this is not, you can make it like something with the oath of other than Allah. Somebody just said, people they don't mean that. So you fix their love. Okay? You tell them, why do you say that may Allah accept my Ramadan by the barakah of Ramadan? May Allah accept Ramadan, the barakah of Ramadan? So may Allah accept my ibadah. May Allah accept with my sincerity. Yes, through your sincerity. Allah accepts your ibadah. Now, another question, please.
Go ahead, Abu Abdullah.
Abu Abdullah?
Abu Abdullah, please go ahead, Akhi.
Did you unmute him because he can't unmute himself? Okay, get another one.
Aman, go ahead, please.
Do you unmute him? Yes.
The brothers help me because I'm reading.
Okay. Now,
Sheikh, if I pray my 11 rakat Taraweeh after Isha because my family has to sleep early, how do I attain the virtues of the last third part of the night?
Say that again, please. I didn't catch it, all of this. Again?
So if I pray my 11 rakat Taraweeh after Isha because my family has to sleep early, so how do I attain the virtues of the last third of the night? Do I pray?
So because of your family, you're praying your Taraweeh early and as early as possible before they sleep. So how can it be in the last third of the night? Don't worry, Akhi, because the Prophet of Allah, he said, he who finishes with the Imam is like he had prayed the whole of the night. And you are the Imam, so you are as well included. It's like you pray the whole of the night. You sleep, and it's like you're making qiyam at the end. You understand that?
Yes.
Jazak Habibi. Now.
Go ahead, Muaddab.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Salam barakat ya Muaddab. Yalla Muaddab.
Is there any evidence?
You know, that name is a very fun. If you go to our country, they'll laugh. Come on, Muaddab, give your question. Muaddab means polite. Yalla.
Subhanallah. Sheikh, is there any evidence from Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam that he made dua by himself after fard prayers?
You are the holder of the question. We've answered the question, yeah, but please, Yani, we have answered the question. Go to another one question, please. Another one. We've answered the question.
Rahib, go ahead, Akhi.
Yalla, Rahib. Somebody has to give him the microphone. Shall I unmute him myself?
Sometimes, Sheikh, when the co-hosts unmute them, they might mute themselves because they're quick, and then this happens.
Okay, guys, do not unmute yourself. The co-host will unmute you himself.
No, maybe Rahib's not giving permission. Let's go
You're
to
not
Abu
giving us
Abdullah.
permission, Rahib. Okay, go to the other one. Go on, quickly.
Actually, Abu Abdullah, can you go ahead now?
What is the sunnah in raising hands when you're making dua in Taraweeh prayer?
You have asked this question. We said before. And Abu Abdullah, why you called yourself Abu Abdullah number 105?
Oh, this one's a different one, Sheikh. That was another one, Abu Abdullah.
Oh, Abu Abdullah. Okay, khair. Salim. This is Salim, yes, I think. Maybe, yes. Put Aylesbury as Salim. Aylesbury, so you can get the party. Now.
Okay.
Right, we said this is the raise of the hands. It's not like that.
Okay, so it's not like that. Okay, it's not high. Okay.
No. Okay. Next following question, please.
Masjid Umar, go ahead.
I could see that the writing question is faster. We're wasting time on a lot of time. Listen to me, co-host. We're wasting a lot of time. A lot of time is being wasted just waiting for the question to be taken. So I'll tell you what, I'm not going to hold on. Every time I'm going to write the question, you go to the other one. Because we're wasting a lot of time.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh. This is Bashir here.
Salam alaikum, Bashir. Fadal.
Yeah, Sheikh. After the Salatul Isha and Salatul Taraweeh, so if I finish the witr as well, can I perform 2 rakah of sunnah like before Fajr around 3 or 3 o'clock?
Now, next question, please. Jazakallah khair.
Rahib, ask your question, please.
Jazakallah khair. What do we do in a situation if your family invites you to a birthday party, etc., and if you do not attend, your parents will be angry at you and you'll cause family issues. Jazakallah khair.
Rida, please go ahead.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Salam tarakat.
Raising the hand in this time when there is a nazila, is there a difference? Like your palm is facing the sky, or do you know what I'm talking about, Sheikh? Jazakallah khairan.
Jazakallah khair.
Go ahead, Ali.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Salam tarakat.
Sheikh, when there's sujood tilawa outside of the salah, is there any takbir when you're going to sujood?
Yep.
Ismail, go ahead. Please go ahead, Ismail.
Salam tarakat.
And regarding when you're praying, when you are ma'muma, the imam is leading the prayers, do you need to read anything when the imam is praying, like Fatiha, when the imam is praying Fatiha? Because sometimes, it will be silent for a few seconds. So do you need to read the full? Because there is some hadith says there is no salat if you don't read Fatiha. Salam alaikum.
Salam tarakat.
Abu Muhammad, please go ahead.
First adhan for waking up the people if we are on our own for Fajr.
Huh?
Do we make the first adhan for Fajr even though we are living on our own?
No. No. Go on. There's even more questions.
Abu Abdullah.
I'm finishing the questions better like that. Yalla.
Okay, Obs and Jin, you're unmuted at the moment. Wait for Abu Abdullah.
I finished my question.
Sorry, I'm confused. Obs and Jin, could you just... Are you there, brother? Is that a brother? Muslim brother?
السلام عليكم يا شيخ.
سلام تركاته. من هو أبز جن؟
لا إسلام أبو وداد. معلش أنا بستعمل. I'm using for the teaching. Because I use this in the hospital.
Brothers, they're telling everybody, a doctor, to change their names into Islamic names, and your name is Abu Islam or Islam himself.
No, this is Obs and gynecology because I use this for teaching.
What's your name?
Islam.
Islam.
Abu Wadad.
So your name, he doesn't need even a word Muslim, and still you're putting Obs and Jinn and Jinn,
No, obstetrics and gynecology.
Yeah, I know, but we're making a joke of it. Go on.
Yalla, salam. My mother is over 80 or 85, yeah? So some days she doesn't fast, yeah? What she can do, she'll just pay for those days or... so,
well done. Taking the question. Jazakallahu khairan. Number 8, go on.
Can I just ask Rahib and Abu Abdullah to wait a little bit for other people to ask as well, because we still have written questions, please.
Please, Ya Rahib, Abu Muhammad, Ya Riri, now put on them a sign. Block them. Right. Now we go to the answers. Bismillah. First question was regarding that if I prayed my Isha and I prayed my Witr, it's 11 rak'ah. Can I pray after that my 2 sunnah of the wudu, 2 sunnah, the Tahit al-Masjid? Of course. Actually, you could pray 2 sunnah from the night. Prophet Allah said, he who prays 1 rak'ah, the Witr, then he could pray 2 rak'ah. So you could pray 2 rak'ah after the Witr, no problem. And as it's for these rak'ahs which has got reasons like Sunnat al-Fajr, like Sunnat al-Wudu, like Tahit al-Masjid, all of those, no problem, inshallah. So pray them. Right. And also between the 2 adhans, adhan and there's another 2 rak'ah. So between the adhan and the iqamah, there is as well salah. So you could pray the 2 rak'ah of Tahit al-Masjid, if there's a masjid, and plus on top of that, the 2 rak'ah of the wudu, if you made wudu, and plus on top of that, the 2 rak'ah between the adhan and the iqamah, and plus on top of that, the 2 rak'ah of the sunnah of the fajr. You could get 2, if you haven't got time except for 2 rak'ah, lump them all together in this intention with these 2 rak'ah. So you make 2 rak'ah and you lump in the intention. But the original, the main intention is not Sunnat al-Fajr. The most important one on them, or the strongest out of them, is Tahit al-Masjid. So it's Tahit al-Masjid, but on top of it, Sunnat al-Fajr. On top of it is Sunnat al-Wudu. On top of it is the 2 sunnah between adhan and iqama. Second question. This question has been asked again, which is that to fulfill an invitation for birthdays. I've been asked this yesterday, and I said, causing a harm here, Ikhwan, he says it's going to cause a harm and conflict between the in-laws. No, yeah, Ikhwan, you cannot really compromise our deen. I cannot participate. What is the end? Where do we draw the line here? My family are Christmas and Christians, and if I don't go there, I will be as well. Where do we draw the so we're going to be celebrating with them? How can we draw the line here? Where we're going to say that this is Islam or no Islam? This is Sunnah, this is Bid'ah. Where do we draw the line? There's no end for this. If we open the gate for that, we do not participate in Bid'ah because we don't support them. Sorry, you be angry, you be angry. I want to please Allah. If I please Allah Azza wa Jal on the expense of displeasing people, Allah will help me and protect me. But if I please the people on the expense of displeasing Allah, Allah will let me alone. Go and sort yourself. If something happened to you, why are you coming to me? So, man arda Allah bi sakhat al-nas kafahu Allah munat al-nas. Wa man arda al-nas bi sakhat Allah wa kalahu Allah ila al-nas. Don't compromise, ya Ikhwani. This is okay. So we do not compromise our deen for regarding these issues. Jazakumullahu khair. Now we could go to a gathering without participation. To go to the gathering, but not to the birthday and participate because there are going to be balloons and happy birthday and cake. Right. I know it's difficult. Holding to your deen is like holding to the burning coal. I'm asking you now, not to go there to them. Is it as hurtful as holding the burning coal? You're going to get to the extent of holding your burning coal. If you let go of your religion. But you have to hold on to it. It's going to burn you. So which one is more hurtful to you? To hold it and burns you? Or is it more hurtful to go on? Which one? You know for a fact that this one is more hurtful. Yet we have to hold on to our religion. Raising up the hands in the crisis. Something happened. It's not the qurut al-water. Do we spread our fingers? No, it's the same. Dua, same. But the imam is allowed in istisqa, Prophet ﷺ, seeking the rain. He put his hands like this. So there's, and also in the istisqa, there is doing like this. So we ask in Allah Azza wa Jal with the back of our hands. The reason behind this, we say to Allah, we want everything to change from drought into rain. So even the cloak that you put it upside down. So you put it inside out. And the right will be on the left and the left will be on the right. It's a specific dua for that. So there is no difference in the normal crisis like enemies and all of that. Number 4, making sujood tilawa outside the prayer. Is it takbir? Doesn't matter, akhi. Whether it's inside or outside. Because inside the prayer we say there is no takbir. That's the sunnah. No takbir to go down and no takbir to go up. You're going to ask me how the people are going to know. Well, first of all, the sujood tilawa should not be in a prayer which is silent. You're going to confuse the people. You just be silent and then you went down. People, they think you fell unconscious. It's to be in the loud recitation, but not in the silent recitation, because you don't know what you're reciting. So it's in the loud recitation, in the prayer I'm talking about. And when you go down, how do people know? Because your recitation will break, stop, and then you go to sujood. And when you get up, don't make takbir, you start the recitation. And that is a solution for those sisters who are praying, not behind the men, they don't know what's going on. And if it's Taraweeh prayer, if the Imam did not tell them and inform them beforehand that there is a sujood tilawa when he forgot, he cites the Fatiha, he says, Allahu Akbar, he's going to go to ruku'. How many sisters would realize that this is a sujood tilawa? They don't know. Some of them don't know any Arabic. They're going to go to ruku' and you're going to go to sujood. When they're going to realize they're wrong? When you're going to go up and say Allahu Akbar because they expected Sami Allahu liman hamida. Oh, they missed the sajda. See what I mean? So that's the problem with this. But when you do it the sunnah way, even if you didn't tell the sisters, if you have recitation and you go to sujood, they will, recitation is cut off. This is sujood tilawa, they know it. There's no Sami Allah, there's no Allahu Akbar. They will, because the sujood tilawa has to be for at least 20 seconds, not Allah straight away. So they'll know the recitation cut off. Sujood tilawah. They'll know. And when you get up, you start recitation, everybody get up. Subhanallah. Simple, apply the sunnah. Same thing with outside the prayer. There's no takbir when you go to sujood, no takbir when you come out of the sujood. And by the way, sujood tilawah is recommended, it's not compulsory. You could recite an ayah with sajda, and you don't have to make sujood. As the Prophet recited Surah Sad, one day he prostrated, and another day did not prostrate on that ayah. Sujood tilawah, if you are outside the prayer, doesn't need wudu. So if you are reciting from your memory, you're not holding the Quran, and you're not on wudu, you heard a recitation, or you recited yourself, you heard a recitation of sajda, you could make sujood tilawah. You don't have to be on wudu, because it's not a prayer. If you are inside the prayer, of course you're going to be on wudu. طيب. Recitation of the Fatiha behind the Imam in the prayer, which is loud. What do we do? There's books regarding this issue. It's controversial. Well, what I believe is correct, alhamdulillah. We are very confident that this is the right opinion. When the Imam is reciting, you can't recite because you're not able to listen to your recitation and to the recitation of the Imam. I say it with full relaxation. Subhanallah. Allah Azza wa Jalla, He said, وَإِذَا قُرِئَ الْقُرْآنِ فَاسْتَمِعُوا لَهُ وَأَنصِتُوا. If the Quran is to be recited, listen. Listen. فَاسْتَمِعُوا and وَأَنصِتُوا, and be quiet. So this Quran Imam is reciting Fatiha and the following surah, and you are still reciting Fatiha. Are you applying the surah, the ayah? You're not implementing the ayah. You are going against the ayah. Allah said, if you read the Quran, quiet and listen. But you're saying, he's reciting Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen on top of his recitation. That's incorrect. And if I want to explain it, it's going to take a lot of time, but I'm going to go quickly. I haven't got that much time. So we say to you that, no. What about if he left me a gap? Well, that's from the bid'ah to leave him a gap. And the Imam, after Waradhalin Ameen, they leave a gap because they're thinking that the Imam, the Ma'moom, has to say the Fatiha. And this gap is not there. And normally they don't give you the full gap. They give you half a gap. It's not even enough for the Fatiha. So you're going to end up either going to be quickly, or you're going to end up having half of the Fatiha, and other half is going to be on top of his recitation. Ya akhi, apply the Sunnah. Subhanallah. Wallah, the Sunnah is easy. The Imam is there. If he allows recitation, his recitation is a recitation for you. And I could really tackle anything to be thrown at me regarding this issue. It's for me, I am sleeping, relaxing. I know where is the haqq. It's 100% for me, clear, white, and black. But I do not really label those people who don't listen or adopt the other opinion is to be Ahl al-Bid'ah. طيب. Adhan al-Awwal. First Adhan of the Fajr. Do I pray it at home? Ya Akhwani, the Adhan is for indication of the prayer. It's not for the indication. The Adhan, the first one, is the first Adhan Awwal, is to wake up the people. So if your Adhan is to wake up the people inside you, no problem. The first Adhan is to wake up the people. That's not for to wake up the one who is sleeping. So your Adhan, who's going to be? You're going to make the Adhan in your house. You're not going to make it outside to wake up the people. So there's no Adhan. The second Adhan is for your prayer. That's the one which you should be making Adhan for it. But if there's people to wake them up, yes, do that first Adhan. No problem. My mother is 80 or 85. She does not fast. But yeah, of course, 80 or 85. MashaAllah. MashaAllah. Allah give her more age, inshallah. MashaAllah. Yes, she doesn't have to fast. She could fast. And the day she does not fast, no, we don't ask her to make up. She's 85. After Ramadan, she's going to be 86. Following Ramadan, 87. You're going to get even worse in terms of difficulty-wise. So, inshallah, after long age, we should say pay the fidya, feeding the poor person for every person that they break the fast. But remember, the fidya is to be given after she breaks the fast. So if she is on the day after Fajr, she could give fidya on that day. She cannot give the fidya before Ramadan. She could give it to somebody else and have money, but that person has to make sure that he brings food and after Ramadan or after each day. Now.
Ahmed Muhammad, please go ahead.
أحسن الله إليك الشيخ. السلام عليكم.
السلام وبركاته.
Sheikh, my question is, if someone suffers from excessive saliva, can he swallow it during Ramadan continuously?
No. Next one.
Person is asking if you can share the morning and evening adhkar with them. Can you send that to them? They're asking.
Share them in, what do you mean? I read them for them?
They want it on the group. We have a group for the class and they want us to send it to them, Sheikh. The adhkar.
What do you mean send them as what? I'm going to say them?
No, they want a list of adhkar for the morning and for the evening from you.
A list. You mean like it's a booklet? Give them a booklet. So booklet. There's a booklet here. Sahih al-Muslim. You go through it. It's called Adhkar al-Sabah. You could download it into your app. Hisn al-Muslim. I will give you Adhkar al-Sabah, Adhkar al-Masa. Adhkar al-Sabah, Adhkar al-Masa, they differ in slight things. Slight. Changing some words and some of the du'as is not there. So in, now, third one.
Person is asking that if Ayatul Kursi will protect them from the shaitan and will it keep the shaitan away from them while they're in the sleeping?
Number 4.
Is it true that you gave a fatwa to use nautical dawn?
Yeah.
Does a wife need permission from her husband to visit her daughter?
Huh?
Does the wife need to have permission from her husband in order to visit her daughter?
No. Can you just go to the people, please? There's somebody there.
Abu Abdullah, please go ahead.
When you have somebody there, go to the person here, the priority there.
I think some asked already, so I was trying to get some
Okay.
questions.
Can you just give me the last question, Ahmed? You said?
Yes, Sheikh. When he visits his parents who are dead, do they feel ill?
No. The question before, the last question, you didn't write it down because I was talking to you.
Oh, can she visit her daughter with does she need permission from her husband to visit her daughter?
No. Yes, brother, I'm going to just wait a second. Your question is going to be after this. Continuous taking the saliva, no problem. It doesn't break your fast. No problem about that. But unless you got some food in your mouth and you know that you're going to swallow them, let's be careful. Adhkar al-Sabah wal-Masa, as I said, there's a booklet there. You know, everybody can know that, inshallah. Number 3, the Ayatul Kursi, yes, will protect you from the shaitan. When you sleep, you say Ayatul Kursi protects you from the shaitan. Do I need a permission to visit your father, your daughter, anybody? You have to have a permission from your husband. But your husband has to grant you permission if it's to do with visiting your close relatives whom you have to maintain your relationship with them. But if he told you no, don't go. Don't go. Don't say that it's my father, I'm going to go. No, it's not correct. It has to be with the husna. He's not allowed to. You're not allowed to go without permission. He's not allowed to prevent you. There's one which is. He said to me, I didn't write it properly, about the Fajr, before the permission of the.
Oh, they're asking if you gave a fatwa to use the nautical dawn time.
Nautical. I wrote the word nautical. I couldn't read it in Arabic. Okay. I said, the person when he does the Fajr, number 1, his own sighting. Oh, Sheikh Al-Albani used to tell us off. Wallah. You can check on yourself, Sheikh, and your Imam, and you don't know when is the Fajr. You just go by the timetable. Shame. Go and get up on your feet and go and calculate the Fajr. Okay? So for me, I've calculated my Fajr in my area. I've done it more than 2 years. I am relaxed with my nautical dawn here. So I go to the UK weather, nautical, because I've synchronized it with it, and it's mashallah very close. The nautical dawn even, yani, if I wait for it, my fast is still okay. I could just still even go a bit further than that, maybe 1 minute. But the nautical dawn is a good line for me, and I will not pray before that. Okay, but the nautical dawn, I can't really say it in your place. I cannot say it. I'm just saying it's a guideline. So it's a guideline for everybody. Then you will know. But you, go just go out and see. Look for yourself. Look at where the sun rises. Where does it rise from? You know. You've been taught this in the madrasa. East. Look at the east. We have lots of summer days now, mashallah. Go when there is no clouds. Watch, instead of watching films and movies and not doing nothing. Go there and watch. Go for that normal timetable of yours and you see. They will see darkness. There's no, I just asked the brothers who are in no timetable. In your timetable. Or maybe they're listening now. In your timetable. When you see the Fajr. Is your Fajr? Said, no, dark. Dalamun, Tamis. There's no Fajr. What is the Fajr this is? Yes, for your fast is okay, but for your prayer, give, as I said, number of times, give 20 minutes at least after your timetable. That's if your timetable is normal. But if your timetable is abnormal, like the ones who are during the summer, if you remember, in the summer 3 years ago, 4 years ago, we had timetables that the Fajr is 1:20. SubhanAllah, 1:20 is Fajr. What time is Fajr is this? 1:20. 1:20, and it does not go out of, there's no, for them, this phenomenon is called phenomenon. 1:20. Yeah, we are looking for the red twilight, not the white. Whiteness is always, some of the areas they'll have it. طيب. We got some minutes for the question. تفضل يا أبو عبد الله Aylesbury.
Can we pray voluntary prayer between Fajr and Shuruq?
Well done. After you prayed your Fajr prayer, you may not pray. This is one of the prohibited times. You may not pray a voluntary prayer that has no reason. But if you, let's say for example, your wudu is broken and you want to stay on wudu, so you make wudu, you could make 2 sunnah wudu, no problem, even after Fajr. But just to do nothing for nothing, voluntary, it's not allowed. For the Prophet one day, he saw a man, he prayed after the Fajr prayer, his prayer, another 2 rakah. He asked him, he said, Prophet of Allah, I forgot to pray my 2 sunnah. See, because he forgot to pray the 2 sunnah, which is before Fajr, he prays them after, it's no problem. Now, Rahib.
Jazakallah khair, Sheikh. Is it compulsory for us to do the adhan in the house if we have little kids during Fajr, for example, when they wake up?
It's compulsory to make the adhan of the salah. Which adhan are you talking about?
All the adhan.
The adhan, who have 5 adhans. We don't have more than 5 adhans. You're talking about the adhan,
Yes,
which is, that's not adhan. This is adhan for waking up the sleep. This one is not compulsory.
No, for the salah.
For the salah, you have to make them. Yes. You have to make adhan for each prayer. It's not just iqamah, adhan. Just like it's compulsory to make iqamah, it's as much as compulsory to make the adhan. Yes, Faisal.
The Prophet used to say Subhana Malik al-Quddus. Can you tell us how he used to say it?
I will tell you how it's been narrated, it's been said. I haven't seen the Prophet ﷺ, but
that's what I'm asking, Sheikh.
He would say 3 times Subhan al-Malik al-Quddus in this way. Subhan al-Malik al-Quddus, Subhan al-Quddus, Subhan al-Malik al-Quddus. Raising up the voice and prolonging. Subhan al-Malik al-Quddus. Yamuddu biha sawta. He will extend his voice and raising it up. Subhan al-Malik al-Quddus, Subhan al-Malik al-Quddus, Subhan al-Malik al-Quddus. That's the way he said it. And by the way, I think we need to, because 8:15, jazakumullahu khairan. سبحانك اللهم بحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك وبارك الله فيكم.